Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with House of the Dragon. Last time on House of the Dragon, we had the Princess and the Queen. 10 years have passed since episode 5, and we now have new actors. Well, 3 new actors. Everybody else just, is pretty much the same, they're just older. Except Sir Criston. He looks about the same as he always does, so... maybe his hair's a little shorter. But yeah, we've got new actors for Rhaenyra, Alicent, Laenor, the boys, for boy, I guess, for, Aegon and Aemond, although, I guess, because they also had the daughter, I wonder, I would bet you she's the middle child, I don't know. Anywho, Rhaenyra and Laenor have 3 beautiful boys. JK, they're bastards. I mean, not in the sense of, this bastard over here. I mean, no, they're not Laenor's legitimate children. Because, Rhaenyra wasn't causing enough problems. Why not add something? You couldn't just, power through it and have a decent claim to the throne and no troubles with the queen. Nope, they are Sir Harwin's boys. Sir Harwin, pretty much everyone knew that it was Sir Harwin. Viserys probably also knows, but he is choosing not to acknowledge it. Because, Viserys, he's the, can't we all just get along guy, he just wants everybody to stop with their nonsense and just, chill, So there's that. Also, I noticed while I was editing the last episode that, someone's missing an arm. Yeah. I never notice the new things that have happened to Viserys, while I'm watching the episode. I always notice it afterwards. It drives me crazy. I'm going to try to pay attention to this one. Watch, she's going to be dead in this one. Oh well. I don't know. So anyway, yeah. So there's that. Alicent wants to have her son Aegon ascend to the throne, which is going to be difficult because he's a juvenile who masturbates out of windows. So that's difficult. And Rhaenyra offered, on the surface, it seems like a nice, marriage between her first son, Viserys, and their daughter, Helaena. Although, you can obviously tell this is a claim to, keep the Iron Throne and keep her illegitimate son on the throne, so... there's that. And then Rhaenyra realized that she overplayed her hand, and she went to Laenor and was like, alright, pack your shit, pack your men, we're going to Dragonstone. Meanwhile, Daemon just wanted to, vibe in Pentos, but Laena didn't like that, and then she couldn't give birth. That was a terrifying thing. She couldn't give birth, and then she just went to her dragon and burned herself and her unborn child alive. So there's that. And there was probably a bunch of other stuff that... Sir Harwin and Lord Lionel went back to Harrenhal, and then Larys hired a bunch of dudes to murder them and burn down Harrenhal, so... There's that. And Alicent was not prepared for that, although it is pretty much what she wanted. I mean, she didn't want it explicitly, but she did want something to happen, and Larys took it, one step beyond, so... Anywho, yeah, so we're just having a barrel of laughs in this season, so why don't we go ahead and jump right into this episode of House of the Dragon. Here we go. Oh, man. Oh, it's a funeral for Laena. Well, then that means not much time has passed. Oh. Man, last episode I was like, I want to see these two again. This is not where I wanted to see them. Hey. Damn, he's fucking Hand of the King again. Ironic. Must never run thin. Man, it's just gonna be down there. Like, you... Like, put it on a boat or something to go a little ways. All I assume is there's just a collection of these things down there, because it doesn't go very far. It's not like a sarcophagus can float, but they have a sarcophagus. That's fucking cool. Fucking House Velaryon is so fucking dope. Where were they in Game of Thrones?
I have an equal claim to sympathy.
Jace.
She bit Harrenhal warning Lord Lionel's heart.
Nah.
It would not be appropriate. The Velaryons are our king and the strong lord.
Man, Jace just knows.
We have nothing in common.
She's our sister.
You marry her then.
I would perform my duty if Mum had only betrothed us.
If only.
It would strengthen the family, keep our Valyrian blood pure.
She's an idiot.
She's your future queen.
Oh, damn. Fucking Alicent's going all the way with that.
We do have.
Oh, fucking Laris. Okay.
It is only a look of pride, Sir Criston. Laris is the new Lord of Harrenhal.
He's apparently not subtle.
Both my seat and high tide will be yours one day, Viserys. Your brother will be king, of course. He'll sit on endless councils and ceremonies. The Lord of the Tides rules the sea.
Well...
Sorry. I don't want to.
It's your birthright, lad.
You know, I bet he also knows, but...
Old Driftmark. It means everyone's dead.
Nah. Meanwhile, Aegon knows how to fucking party, apparently.
I know we've had our differences, but let them pass with the years. There's a place for you in my court. That's something you should need.
I need nothing.
Yeah, he's out.
Go to bed.
But, Mother.
To bed.
It's like 3 in the afternoon.
I'm going to bed, Emma.
Shall I see after Queen Alicent, Your Grace?
Aegon? Man, it's too early for me to be writing these many notes.
Brother.
Oh man, this is a shit day for Night Shot. Okay, an actual Night Shot, thank God.
She wanted to come home, and he denied her.
Daemon did what he thought best.
I mean...
Laena needed our maesters.
The surgeons in Pentos are as well trained as our maesters.
I mean, yeah, it's... I don't know if it's Daemon's fault that the baby wouldn't be born, but it sucks.
Perhaps the gods. It's not justice for your wife that drives you, it is your own ambition.
Oh, shit.
Just desire for the throne. If not for yourself, then for the scions of your house. I gave up the idea of wearing a crown a generation ago. It is you, Lord Husband, who refuses to abandon this pursuit, even now at the cost of our children. I want Driftmark to pass through Laena's line to Baelor. To true Velaryon blood.
Oh, shit.
You would have me cast an even darker shadow over those little boys than already exists.
We are alone here, husband.
No.
You can speak the plain truth as we both know it.
History does not remember blood. It remembers names.
Damn.
We did try to conceive a child. We performed our duty as best we could.
Well, that's at least something.
There was no joy in it.
Unfortunately, that's not the point.
I found that elsewhere.
Is she gonna fucking try again? Otto's just up there on a rock with a telescope, like, I can see you again. God, this fucking family tree's gonna get complicated as fuck. You know, I think I understand why they used the shitty day for night shots, because it means we don't have to see that. Because I can't see a goddamn thing. I can't even fully see who that is. Is that Aemond? Wait, if it is Aemond, he's not going after Laena's dragon, is he? Up. Well, you woke her up. Try again. Up. Oh. All right, that's a good start. You haven't been burned yet. Ugh. Oh, and it's the theme too. It's that friggin' like beat drop that Daenerys always had. Oh god. Jesus! Hanging on by a thread. Literally. Up. That swing though. Fucking terrified.
Vhagar is my mother's dragon. Your mother's dead. Vhagar has a new rider now. She was mine to claim. Then you should have claimed her. Maybe your cousins can find you a pig to ride. It would suit you.
Damn. Oh shit. Oh! Oh shit. Oh my god, just you're taking on all of them, Jesus Christ. Oh my god, they're just gonna curb stomp the shit out of him like on JoJo. Oh shit.
You will die screaming in flames just as your father did. Bastards. My father's still alive. He doesn't know, does he? All strong.
Oh shit.
Jake!
Jace got a knife. You were fucking how'd they get past the King's Guard? Ah, pocket sand! Oh shit!
Cease this at once!
There he is, Jesus.
Who did this?
He attacked me! He attacked Baylor! He attacked Baylor!
And there's fucking Daemon.
Enough!
My son telling the tale!
Silence!
Fucking Daemon just sitting watching chaos.
My son has lost an eye.
Eye for an eye.
This interminable infighting must cease! All of you! We are a family! Now make your apologies and show goodwill to one another. Your father, your grandsire, your king demands it!
That is insufficient.
Oh shit.
What would you have me do?
There is a debt to be paid.
Eye for an eye? Really?
I shall have one of her son's eyes in return.
Oh shit. Eye for an eye. Like the base definition of it.
Wife.
If the king will not seek justice, the queen will. Sir Kristen, bring me the eye of Viserys Velaryon.
Stay your hand.
No, you are sworn to me!
It is a King's Guard, you know that.
My queen.
So Harold?
Alicent. And let it be known, anyone whose tongue dares to question the birth of Princess Rhaenyra's sons should have it removed.
Oh shit. He's putting his goddamn foot down. Ah!
Alicent, stay with the king!
Oh shit!
Let her go!
Where is duty? Where is sacrifice? It's trampled under your pretty foot again.
Release the blade, Alicent.
And now you take my son's eye. And to even that you feel entitled. Exhausting, wasn't it?
hiding beneath the cloak of your own righteousness.
Oh, shit.
But now they see you as you are.
Oh, shit. Oh! Oh. She got hit.
Do not mourn me, Mother. It was a fair exchange. I may have lost an eye, but I gained a dragon.
Oh, shit. And there you have it. There you have your sides. Where Alicent has Sir Criston, Rhaenyra has Lord Corlys and Daemon.
The hand, Your Grace.
It's not quite fair when you really think about it. And also, Sir Otto. Boy, 10 years really hasn't done anything to him.
I've never seen that side of you, my daughter.
Now I can use that.
And now, for the first time, I see that you have the determination to win it.
Fuck!
What that rogue Aemond has done in winning Vhagar to our side. The boy was right. It's worth 1,000 times the price he paid.
That's true. Oh, that's fucking true, though. Now they have a piece. They have a dragon.
Gods.
Yeah, good morning. And you know, like, part of the reason he was absent, he lost his sister.
I should have been there.
There should be our house words.
Nuh.
Our boys. I do love them.
I know.
Deeply.
I had hoped to bear your children. A few times we lay together.
I hate the gods for making me as they did.
I do not. You are an honorable man. With a good heart.
I mean, he's a good guy thrown into a whole lot of shit. That's a lot of Game of Thrones, though.
But I recommit myself to you. And to strengthening our house as we prepare you for your ascension. I will raise our sons to be princes of the realm.
Laena.
You deserve better than what I have been. You deserve a husband.
Interesting. Well, that's something.
If it's I you want to balance the scales, I am your servant.
That will not be necessary. But your devotion has not gone unnoticed.
These are dangerous times.
Aren't they always?
Casta ti merpina uragon costandor. Ilvur anogri ilogi.
We could not marry unless Leonor were dead.
I know.
She's already thought of that, I think.
A quick death. One with witnesses.
And then you fucking bail.
And grant him this kindness. Set him free.
You forget yourself.
My lord.
Oh man, well it's at least gonna be a fight. Oh!
This will cost Lord Corlys and Princess Rhaenys their own.
Oh, he knocked him into the fire. Meanwhile, you know Viserys didn't approve of any of this. But I think it's gonna be a we'll tell him later. Oh. Oh, he's still alive. But they faked it. They faked his death. Alrighty, episode 7. Fuck! Oh my god, man. Okay, so I finally figured out what we're doing in this show. We're taking the Breaking Bad approach of our protagonist is basically becoming the villain, you know? Jiminy Jillikers, man, that was... that's... You know, again, when you start off and you got this little, 14-year-old girl, she's all nice, she's, happy, she's cute, it's all fine and good. And then just the show just keeps going and you realize, wait a minute. Because the thing is, it's, and it's sort of the thing, because I just brought up Breaking Bad. It's sort of the thing we talk about in Breaking Bad, or more recently I've been talking about it on Better Call Saul, that, while, you like Jimmy, you like Saul Goodman, but that's because he's the main character. You've been with him the whole time. In real life, Saul Goodman is terrible, and you would never want to meet a guy like Saul Goodman, because more than likely he's not on your side. So when you see him interact with some, average people, you kind of feel bad for them because you like Saul, and you feel bad for liking Saul, And to an extent, I think that applies here too, because to an extent, yes, we have, we've literally watched Rhaenyra grow up. We've literally, we've watched her over the course of these 7 weeks. So to an extent, you vaguely, and the difference between this and Saul is you vaguely root for her because she is the main character, It's the difference between this and Game of Thrones Season 1, where you do not root for Cersei. You do not root for Cersei. I mean, maybe you enjoy Cersei as a villain, but you do not root for Cersei. You don't root for Joffrey, certainly. You don't root for them. You root for Ned Stark because Ned Stark is the main character, and you can be happy rooting for Ned Stark, even though things go wrong. You could be happy about that because he's Ned Stark. He's a good, honorable man, That is the difference where here, you've wanted to root for Rhaenyra, but just over the past 3-4 episodes, that just keeps getting chipped and chipped away until now. It's like I'm literally watching a villain, I am watching a villain. Now, to her slight credit, they did try to have a legitimate son, and I'm happy about that, because last episode really made it look like they didn't even try, okay, Rhaenyra, she's gonna do her duty and marry Sir Laenor, and it's gonna be fine, and we're just gonna, alright, let's go. But then, immediately it's like, oh, they're not her children. And it's like, well, god damn it, Rhaenyra. You had one job. You literally had one job, was to have legitimate children. And now you've just made this so much worse for yourself. But, to her very small credit, she did, the two of them tried. They tried to have a legitimate child. And that is something. Because if they had a legitimate child, pretty much there would be no basis for anything that Alicent is doing, She can't, even though, yes, everything that happened, in episode 5 and with Sir Criston and everything, yes, it's, they still wouldn't be on good terms. But if she had had a legitimate child with Laenor, none of this would have happened. Alicent would not be trying to, do everything in her power to make sure that Aegon becomes king, she would not have had Larys murder Lord Lionel and Sir Harwin so that Otto would become Hand of the King, you know? So that Otto would be Hand of the King again. This wouldn't have happened, you know? This wouldn't have happened. So at the very least, Rhaenyra tried to do something right. But it didn't work, so she said, fuck it, we're gonna do something wrong. And now... And of course, she's playing on... Rhaenyra is playing on the absolute blindness of her father. I feel so bad for Viserys, you know? Because he doesn't want any of this. Viserys, the whole point of his rule is to keep the peace of his predecessor, Jaehaerys. And he tries everything in his goddamn power to do so. But everybody's got their shit to do. And he tries to just put a fucking end to it. Like, no. Like, even though he knows. I'm pretty sure he knows. He's like, fuck it. They are at least Rhaenyra's children. I don't care. I just want this to end. I don't want to scorn my daughter. I don't want to scorn her sons, who are, at the very least, they are Viserys' grandsons, you know? And it's also the same thing, with Lord Corlys, even though he's not, you know, by blood, their grandfather. He does care for them, you know? He does care for them, you know? Like, he's like, oh, why, you want me to cast an even darker shadow than is on those boys. Even though they know that those boys are not of his blood, he still wants to protect them, you know? He still wants to protect them. So I get it. I understand why it's the Game of Thrones. And you know the thing? I feel like this is more the Game of Thrones, more of the politics than was in Game of Thrones. Like honestly, just every goddamn thing keeps happening. And the problem is, yes, we are watching this from the perspective of, you know, our new villain, Rhaenyra. Villain, you know, we're going to use these terms very loosely, though. I suppose our protagonist being Rhaenyra, who sucks, and Alicent, who vaguely sucks, because you hate that she's having to do all of this, but you understand. Like I am literally sitting here like Viserys, like, just fucking no. Just, like, let's have some peace, you know? Let's just have some peace, but it just keeps fucking getting worse. And yeah, now at this point, the difference between myself and Viserys would, well, aside from the fact that I've still got my health, you know, kind of, but, you know. But, yeah, I don't want Rhaenyra to be queen. Like, Jesus, if this is all she does to, you know, to get the crown, what the fuck is she gonna do when she gets it? You know? Granted, none of this, you know, equates to, like, policies and, like, and stuff. I mean, that's the thing, when everybody says, like, oh, Viserys is such a terrible king. I mean, Viserys is a god-awful politician. But as a king who, you know, tries to keep the peace of the people, he's succeeded. Like, he's 100% succeeded. Because when we talk about, you know, oh, he wants to keep the peace that Jaehaerys had, you know? He has. For, like, what, 24 years that he's been king? He's been king for a long goddamn time. Because when we started out, he was in the 9th year of his rule. So I would say this is year like 24, 25 of his rule. He's ruled for a long time, and in all of this time, there has been one conflict, and that was the Stepstones with the crab feeder. A conflict that he did not raise all the armies to go deal with. House Velaryon went and dealt with that along with Prince Daemon, you know? But the crown didn't have to put any of the realm's resources into that. So yeah, the fact that this has apparently been 75 years of peace under two kings, that's pretty good. The issue in which we see, in which everybody says that Viserys is a poor king, is the issue of succession. The conflict between Rhaenyra and Alicent, and his willful blindness to everything. And yet, this family tree is a fucking mess. This family tree is a goddamn mess. But Viserys is, as a king, as protector of the realm, Viserys succeeds. But as a politician, that is where Viserys fails. And you could honestly say that's also very similar to Robert Baratheon, where, yes, with Robert's death came the War of the Five Kings, But his 20-year rule, everything seemed to be pretty fine. There was a bit of a conflict with the Iron Islands, but other than that, there seemed to be peace after the reign of the Mad King, Fucking, I don't even know if I want to talk about anything else, but we will. And in all of this, Viserys also called Alicent Emma. I mean, it's been 15, 16 years, maybe? It's 16-ish years since the death of Emma. Aegon is going to marry his sister. It's like the least complicated thing that will happen in this fucking tree. Gotta keep that Velaryon blood pure. Gotta keep it fucking pure. I did love when the fucking so I guess it's Lord Corlys's brother. He was saying that funeral chant, and when he got to, our blood runs thick and pure, and Daemon just starts laughing like, fucking god damn it. Ugh. And all of this is centered on Laena's funeral, which again I somewhat question, how they, dropped the sarcophagus. Now, first off, the fact that they have a sarcophagus is fucking badass, It's not just some fucking coffin or, we see the Targaryens, you get fucking wrapped up and then, burned. But, man, the Velaryons get sarcophaguses. That's fucking badass. Oh, man. Does anyone offer that as a service? This is going to be a weird question, but does anyone offer, I feel like funeral homes, you have caskets and stuff. I feel like that should be a thing, though. If you want to pay, it'd probably be a lot more, but if you paid more and you bought a sarcophagus for your deceased relative, oh my god, when I die, I want to be buried in a fucking sarcophagus. That sounds so badass. Oh, man. In 1,000 years, they're going to find this and be like, oh, maybe he was somebody important. And then I'll just, have a note that says, I wasn't important. I was just on fucking YouTube. I was on YouTube, but I was able to afford a fucking sarcophagus. Anyway. But yeah, but the whole thing of like, yeah, I understand the burial at sea, like that, you know, that's pretty cool, and it makes sense with House Velaryon being masters of the sea, but it didn't really go too far. Like, I mean, it's not going to, the thing is, it's not going to shift around. It's a fucking sarcophagus, you know? So it's not going to shift around. Like, you kind of figured you would put it a bit more out to sea, because otherwise it's just right down there, you know? I don't know. Doesn't matter. We had the talk between Corlys and Rhaenys. This poor fucking, god damn it. I did like that though, whereas like Rhaenys was like, look, I gave up on that. I got over it, you know? I got over the throne. You're the one who wants to get that back, you know? But that's the thing. And at first, you know, you think like, all right, well, Rhaenyra has Daemon, Rhaenyra has Lord Corlys, like that's pretty fucking good, but without Laenor, how are you going to have that support? You know? But maybe they're thinking they're not going to have a son and it is still going to pass to Viserys. Or even if they do have a son, they're thinking, well, Viserys is still the oldest, you know? Fucking Aemon, though. Aemon taking Vhagar. Like, shit, man. That was fucking crazy. He just fucking ganked Vhagar for himself. And then, man, that fucking fight was brutal, man. That was fucking brutal shit. Man, how the fuck does Kristen not get in more trouble for this shit? Like, he murdered a dude. I guess Joffrey wasn't a lord, but he was someone important enough to be at that wedding. So he murders a dude in front of everybody at this fucking reception. And then he was on Night Watch, so he allowed this, you know, fight to break out. How the fuck is Kristen not dead? And I get, he cannot be expelled from the Kingsguard. How have they not executed him? I can only assume by the cunning of Queen Alicent and the mercy of King Viserys that Kristen Cole is still alive. You know? But yeah, that fight was crazy. That fight was fucking crazy. And then Aemon lost his eye, which is fucking crazy, but he lost an eye, but he gained a dragon. And that is true, because we've said, you know, before, Lord Corlys has said before, it's like, you know, we have dragons, you know, we're masters of the sea, you know, all of House Velaryon, all of House Targaryen, no one will challenge Rhaenyra, and it's like, well, now they have Vhagar. And correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't Vhagar also one of the dragons used by Aegon the Conqueror? I'm pretty sure, like, Vhagar was one of his sisters, you know? Poor Luke. Luke doesn't even fucking know. Lucerys. Lucidian Callister. Oh, I'm sorry, that's a Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's reference. But yeah, he didn't even fucking... He's like 6 years old and ignorant as shit. And God bless him. God's bless him, you know? Kid's getting into shit already. And then that whole fucking tense shit. All that tense shit happening. And then even though it's not good, but Viserys just tries to fucking end it. He's just like, everybody shut the fuck up. Get along. That is an order. But it is a problem that works to Rhaenyra's favor. Anybody who will question their legitimacy shall lose their tongue. And then Alicent just tried to fucking go for her. Just tried to fucking... I mean, which I get, it's like, you know, she just, in the desperation, in the moment, all that adrenaline, she just tried something. And it just didn't work. But it has proved to Sir Otto... It has proved to Sir Otto that she is willing. And now they have a dragon too. Remember when they were friends? Remember when Alicent would read a book and Rhaenyra would have her head in her lap? And it was like adorable. She tried to fucking murder her with Aegon's dagger. The Conqueror's dagger that Viserys keeps on him. You know, this is episode 7. Like, what the fuck are we gonna do next? You know? I've kind of been wondering... Oh, excuse me. I was kind of wondering today, I was like, is this story gonna go on into season 2? I don't know. I mean, it might. This whole, like, I don't see this being a Game of Thrones thing where it's like, you know, we'll just keep these characters in this story going for 8 seasons. Like, because of how much time skipping we've done, like, I don't know, like, but will it end this season? You know, we've got 3 more episodes this season. Is it going to end this season? Or, I don't know, do we continue this story into next season? Or maybe next season will be another, you know, Targaryen story from the Fire and Blood book. I don't know. We'll have to see. And then Laenor. So, okay, well, at least Laenor's not dead. That's at least something. They faked his death, so that's not... Because, yeah, at first I was like... Because, yeah, when he was like, for me to be your husband, Laenor would have to die. And Rhaenyra's just like, I know. And it's like, oh, shit. And the clock is going off. Got the door open today, so the clock's gonna be chiming. But yeah. But at first I was like, oh shit, they're just gonna fucking kill Laenor. It's like, what the fuck? But they let him go live a life in Essos. You know what? I was about to say he'll go the way of Sucre, but even Sucre came back, so maybe he'll come back too. He kind of looks like Sucre, actually, now that I think about it. That's a Prison Break reference for anyone who doesn't know. But yeah, honestly, go to Essos. Either go to Essos or go to the north. Go to Winterfell. I mean, there was always the thing in Game of Thrones that episode 9 was always a really fucking crazy shake-up episode. But I feel like every fucking episode of this season has been that. So I don't know what the fuck... Everybody's gonna fucking die in episode 9, you know? We're just gonna lose like half the cast in episode 9 or some shit. I don't know. But we will have to see. Oh, this is getting crazy. This is getting very crazy. But I'm excited to see where we are going from here. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist for all of my House of the Dragon reactions, as well as another playlist for all of my Game of Thrones reactions if you want to go check those out. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.